You're out there on your own, your face turned to stone. Whatever happened to your life? Stone dead forever. And that's the globe, of course. Dead. Stone dead forever. If you still think you live on a spinning ball, you're fucking mad. You're childish. You understand? You grow up. Wake up. For fuck's sake. Grow up. Wake up. And then you'll realise water clinging to a massive rock in a vacuum is utter bollocks. So, yesterday I went to connect to the internet and upload one of these, vlog if you like, and downloaded some material, and I was disturbed to find that some idiots had been on national television and national radio, both BBC, I think, channels, misrepresenting the so-called flat earth. Fucking hell, was I fucked off with those tits. My God. I'm sorry, I don't have any... we're going to end up in the same situation. Clinging to a load of bollocks that isn't real. Oh yeah, did you fall off the edge? Yeah, they're going to make an edge. We're going to still be in space probably, and we're going to have an edge that you can fall off. Sick. What you need to do is focus on the globe, the ridiculous cartoon spinning nonsense, and just focus on that. Any questions that they ask you, say, hang on a minute, forget about that. Can you prove the globe scientifically? Can you prove the globe with science? Real science, not pseudo bullshit science. Real science. Can you do that? No? Well, think again then. We can't be living on one, can we? So what would it be? Now then, let's have a think. With science, we can prove that water remains level. We can prove that. Now we can then apply that to the vast oceans that we see on this earth, and therefore we can not only presume, but we can come to the conclusion that the water must be level throughout the whole of the earth, and then of course it has to be contained. Now that's one thing, using science. So the ball's dead, stone dead forever. Motorhead. So, Jesus wept. And then you see, for a lot of people, a great many people, I presume, won't have even heard of flat earth apart from the nonsense that we're told in primary school. Flat earth. Weren't the people stupid back then? No, they weren't actually. They were using their own senses to discern the place that they lived on, which can only be a flat plane. Well, like I've said many times before, of course the earth is not flat. The earth meaning the rocks and soil and minerals and all that, of course, the mountains and hills and valleys, of course. Now there are some places on earth that are below sea level, and yet they're dry. I'm not talking about the ocean bed, of course that's below sea level, but there are places you can go to and walk around in that are dry, that are below sea level. And that's because the shore holds the sea back. Yeah, the shoreline contains the water. It's quite obvious, really. So, dear. So these people who have just come across the so-called flat Earth, it's a terrible, terrible thing that we have to use those two words together to get the point across of what we are trying to say here. The Earth is not a spinning ball. That's so obvious. But if you want to cling on to your primary school playground bullshit, hey, that's up to you. But I urge you to try and prove the globe using science. Anyway, these people who've just seen for the first time, just heard or seen, because it was on the radio as well, Jeremy, I'm a complete twat Vine. He's not as bad as Brian Cox, of course. Brian Cox is king twat actor. But all these people are just puppets. They're just mouthpieces. The celebrities, the presenters, they're all just being used. And for the people who come across this for the first time, they were sitting there listening to this utter fucking nonsense. And so they're just going to dismiss it. Now, okay, there were a couple of relevant points given on both programs. Not that I saw them, I've just seen bits and clips and heard clips. But the overwhelming bullshit that they were spouting just kind of cancels it out. For me, anyway. If I hadn't heard it before, of this ever-growing awakening, or whatever, can't call it a movement, really. It's a realization of the truth, maybe. But if I was listening to that and I hadn't heard this, apart from obviously this primary school programming, then I would have thought these people are utter fucking dipshits. Just crazy, lost the plot, mad people. And some flat earthers, of course, are like that. And that's the proof. There you go. They just go on and go, la, 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 bullshit comes out of their mouths. Unconsidered, utter nonsense. Okay, yes, if you put me on that sofa, I couldn't perform. I don't think. I've never done that sort of thing. I don't know, but I don't. See, I wouldn't put myself forward for that. So I'm maybe being a bit harsh, but at least my head isn't full of bullshit. That even if I could perform on that couch or in the studio, if I could do it, I would put the presenters on the spot. I wouldn't let them steer me down alleys that I didn't want to talk about. I would say, no. The globe, that's the claim. Prove the globe. It's bullshit. I'd hope I'd be a little bit more articulate. Not just saying bullshit. I don't think you can say bullshit on breakfast television, can you? Or even on the radio on BBC Two. BBC Two, is it? Radio 2. I don't think you can say the word bullshit, but it's called for many times. If you're talking about the globe. Bollocks is a good one. I don't think you're allowed to say that either. So how could you talk about the globe? You could say it's wrong, it's nonsense, it's pseudoscience, it's Brian Cox. That's a good one. Call it Brian Cox. So all this time away, and I come back, I say all this time, 9 days, so it's not very long. But I get back to it, and this has happened. So instead of progress, I can see weeks of trying to repair this bullshit and it's all to do with this conference that the great Harry Growler warned us about. I missed him out of the previous vlog. Harry Growler, if you think you're living on a spinning ball, visit his channel. Even if you're a little bit unsure, visit his channel. And somebody else to visit is Gav, Vortex Puppy. Visit his channel if you're the same, if you feel the same. People who I know, who know the Earth isn't a spinning ball, say they don't really need any more confirmation of that, you know. Well, okay, I don't either. But what I would like to find out is where we actually are. I'm not going to make anything up. I'm not going to say, oh yeah, it's like this or it's like that. The sun disappears into a portal and comes out the other side. What? And that's a flat earther saying that. Jesus. Okay. In the summertime, well, I used to live not that close to the Arctic Circle, but Orkney's closer than where I am now. And in the summer, in Orkney, in the midsummer, it didn't get dark, and you could see the sun on the horizon as it set, as it went further away from us, so we couldn't see it due to perspective. And then it appeared again very shortly afterwards. It came up above the horizon, meaning it then came close enough for us to see it again due to perspective. Now, I have seen footage of somebody in the Arctic Circle who took the 24-hour sun. Now then, proof of there not being a portal. These people are either deceiving us intentionally, and they're working for the Globe Society, or they're as thick as pig shit and they have absolutely no idea what's going on. I'd like to think it's the second one, actually. I'd rather them be thick as pig shit, because deception is a horrible thing. My kettle's just boiling, excuse me. Yes, deception. Nobody likes to be deceived, yet we've all been deceived. We all, the people who believed in the spinning ball, which is the vast majority of us, very, very few people would disbelieve it, in my experience. And we've all been deceived, so we don't want to be deceived again by people. Well, I will never be deceived by that bullshit, by the portal bollocks. So the Earth is like the Peters map, or Peters projection map, they say, these people. Something similar, or a diamond, or fucking square, or something. And the sun goes to one edge of it, you know, to the west, and then appears in the east again, the other side. So it goes off, say, Canada, and appears in Russia. Oh yeah, that's going to happen, isn't it? Where did that come from? Anyway, I usually get all this out of the way at the beginning of the vlogs, but I'll just tell you the update here. It's a beautiful day. It's Bank Holiday Monday. Not that that doesn't mean anything to me apart from it's Monday, and because it's Bank Holiday, the roads will be full of tourists out there. So I'm staying here digging, more digging. I'd love to show you what I'm doing, but I can't really yet. I'd love to be able to make a, present the like an instruction video on what I'm doing, but I can't really. That's a bit frustrating. Anyway, 14.5 minutes. That's me Thanks for watching, peeps.